Milwaukee is trending, and that's not great news if you're trying to buy a property. But now it's official, the Milwaukee metro area is one of the top 10 hottest real estate markets in the entire US. There are a number of reasons why this is happening, and I've already covered this in another video. Today I want to talk about 3 particular neighborhoods which are currently the hottest and most competitive markets that we have in the Milwaukee metro area. We're going to take a closer look on why they are so popular, why buyers are so fiercely competing to get into these neighborhoods, and what it might take to successfully get a house under contract. And then at the end of this video, I would like to suggest 3 different neighborhoods that are worth a closer look. They're definitely a lot less competitive, maybe even a little bit underrated. You should definitely keep them on the radar. So we have lots to cover today. Let's get started. The Milwaukee real estate market is currently quite hot and competitive almost everywhere. But when you look at the data in MLS, some markets really stand out as hyper competitive, and that's our topic for today. When it comes to how hot the market is, the probably most important metric is what we call the list to sale price ratio, which is simply the difference between the asking price on a listing and then the ultimate sales price after the deal closes. In other words, how much under or over list price buyers are willing to pay on average to successfully get a house under contract. The Milwaukee metro area as a whole is at 103% sale to list ratio, but there are 3 markets that really stand out, and we're going to start with number 3, which is Whitefish Bay. Whitefish Bay is a relatively small and very affluent community located right on Lake Michigan. Only about 15,000 people live here, which is less than 1% of the entire metro area's population. The entire municipality has only 5,400 houses, and not many come for sale. And while most of them are quite old, usually between 60 and 100 years, many of them have already been updated in recent years with top-of-the-line finishes. Whitefish Bay offers a semi-suburban feel, which means it is still very walkable, but homes are sufficiently spaced out for some privacy and good-sized backyards. The Bay has a nice community feel to it that people appreciate a lot. Schools are highly rated, and from a location point of view, it is very easy to hop on the freeway and get downtown in just minutes. It probably also helps that one of the nicest shopping malls is conveniently located right outside of Whitefish Bay. Considering all this, it is no surprise that prices are some of the highest in the area, and the market is extremely competitive. People paid in May on average 6.2% over list price, which is based on an average $700,000 listing close to $50,000, and that's just the average. This continues a trend from last year. Prices are up 12.8% year to date, and larger and nicer homes are breaking now the $1 million mark frequently. Next up, the second most competitive market in the Milwaukee area, which is Wauwatosa. If you're local, this is probably not a surprise to you. With the population of almost 50,000 people, Tosa is several times bigger than Whitefish Bay, and it feels a little more urban. Wauwatosa neighborhoods are probably even more walkable than Whitefish Bay, and there are plenty of coffee shops to stroll to on a Saturday morning, which explains its popularity, especially with young families who are not quite ready to give up their urban life yet, but they do want a single family home with a small yard, so Wauwatosa it is. Home prices have increased already quite a bit, but they're still quite a bit lower compared to Whitefish Bay, which makes it still affordable for some first-time home buyers. Wauwatosa's popularity is also reflected in the data. Deals were closing an unbelievable 8.5% over list price on average, which means some individual deals have closed even higher. Many offers have also very aggressive terms and very few or even no contingencies in order to stand out from the competition. The average sales price is up 9.6% year to date, and this trend is very likely to continue. And finally, we're getting to number 1 on our list, and this will probably surprise you. West Allis is currently the hottest market in the Milwaukee area. Buyers have paid in May on average a stunning 10.9% over list price. The majority of the West Allis market is between $200,000 and $300,000, which of course makes 10.9 over asking a smaller dollar amount than Wauwatosa or Whitefish Bay, but it speaks for the popularity of the community nonetheless. Prices are up 11.75% over last year, and this trend is probably going to continue. In recent years, West Allis has seen a lot of change driven by a very business-friendly municipal government, and if you have been following my channel for a while, you know that I've been a huge fan of this growing community, which in my opinion has been undervalued for decades. But it looks like the cat is out of the bag now and prices are on the rise. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, please do me a huge favor and give it a thumbs up right now, which doesn't cost you anything, but it really motivates me to make more videos about the Milwaukee real estate market, and it also helps the channel growing. Or even better, if you know someone who could benefit from this type of information, who might be interested in the monthly market updates, etc., please feel free to share and forward this video. Alright, next let's take a look at some alternatives. Here are 3 communities that have currently a lower than average list to sale ratio, but have in my opinion a lot of potential. These markets allow you to sidestep the hottest competition, but make no mistake, all 3 are desirable to live and a nice listing will still sell with multiple offers. It's just not that brutal, but you still have to prepare for some level of competition. The first interesting market on my list is Mequon. If you want a larger suburban home on a big piece of land and at the same time enjoy relatively low property taxes, you should take a look at Mequon. Mequon is just north of Milwaukee County and development started in the 1960s, but it was not until the completion of the freeway in 1981 that Mequon became an affluent and really popular alternative for people living on the North Shore but wanting a little bit more elbow room. Especially the southeastern part of Mequon benefited the most from the new freeway, cutting down the commute time to Milwaukee to under 20 minutes, and as a consequence, a lot of homes were developed in the 1980s and 1990s. Home prices range typically from the mid 300s into the 800s and up. Noteworthy is also that Mequon has probably the largest percentage of luxury homes in the area. About 15% of all homes sold last year were between 1 and 3 million. Currently, Mequon is one of the better buying opportunities with a sold to list ratio of just under 100%. But this may not last. Real estate values often rise after major construction projects are completed. I-43 is seeing currently a major expansion to a 6-lane freeway with a number of new exits serving Mequon. Grafton and Port Washington will also benefit from this new project, and once construction is concluded in 2025, the freeway can be expected to have a significant impact on local real estate values. Another community that is currently not as competitive and has, in my opinion, a lot of potential is Franklin. Franklin is a growing suburb with highly rated schools and a population of currently about 36,000 people and still growing. Home values are still relatively affordable, between $300,000 and $600,000, with the top end being mostly new construction homes. Franklin has still a lot of undeveloped land left, and we expect more new subdivisions with nice homes in the future. Currently, sold to list ratio is at 102.9% and will probably not stay this low. Average sales prices are already up 6.7%. And finally, we have Germantown, which is a smaller community with a population of about 20,000, and is a smaller community not on everyone's radar. Germantown has a lot to offer, and it also benefits from its location right on I-41, which makes it the gateway town from Milwaukee into Washington County. Property taxes are low and home values range from about the mid 300s to about mid 700s. The top end of the market is mostly brand new developments and also some subdivisions that have been built over the last decade. Sold to list ratio is currently only 100.5%, which makes it one of the lowest in the area. And that's all I had for you today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.